Hey, this is Darin. I thought I would give you a little inside tour of the closet, the custom closet I built for Leah, and some of the details with that, just in case you were looking at doing this at home, because it really is a very doable thing if you've got a couple of little tips that you can look at. So this is all made with 3/4 inch MDF, and that makes it very rigid, and so you don't have to worry about things bending too much. Real easy to work with, MDF is. There's no knots or grains in it, and so if you're going to paint, then it's makes it a little easier to deal with. It's real dusty, but easy to work with. So this is the thing. Just give you an overview real quick. We did a shoe rack here. This is all wire shelving before. We really felt like this was going to be like a substantial upgrade, and in the resale of the house was going to be a really cool thing to do. And down here you can see the way we did it was we did double stack hanging on the right and then long on the left, just to make it easier to deal with. And if I'm in here, that way I can back up and work with this. Before we had hanging stuff on both sides going all the way down, and it made it kind of tight. So I figured this would be a reorganization of things, and with just doing a variety of shelf heights over here, it really helped her with being able to place. We could have done one shelf all the way across with no partitions, but really like the look of having like a specific stack here, and then one here, and then one here. Really neatens it up. And also these are really cool. This is the cool thing about a custom closet, is that you can make the shelves in containers like whatever size you want them to be. And so Leah actually found these baskets that she loved, and so she got the measurements from these, ordered them, and I was able to really build the whole thing around the width of these so that they fit just right in here. And so that's a cool thing about a custom closet you can do. And she has some other things here with baskets that she got as well. A couple of things just to highlight the important parts of making this look high-end and neat are really that once you cut it all and you get it all in there, then you have to sand it. And like hands down, the worst part of the whole thing was the sanding piece. There's a lot of MDF surfaces, and it's really fine dust. And so I was in here with a mask, and it was not a pretty sight at all. But then on top of that, you need to caulk and go back, and all your seams have to be caulked, every single one of them. And all the nail holes, which I had an automatic nailer, which was the way to go, all those have to be sealed as well. And the bonus for me in doing this was that I got to purchase a new tool. And so that's like always the deal in our house, that if I take on a nice project, then I get a nice tool. And so I actually got a DeWalt cordless router. And so I was able to, that was my big thing, my challenge on this was being able to put these vertical panels in here. And the way I did it was I started here at this level. I routed out a channel so that this could sit right in there, and then I nailed in from the top, routed out, nailed in like that. And so that was the way I was able to get this in here and get it nice and sturdy and stable. So that was a cool thing that happened with that. Another cool note, well, not cool note, another thing you have to be careful of is that your walls are very rarely plumb and level. And so it took a lot of measuring. There's a difference in how deep this is down here and how deep it is over here. You can't see it just by looking at it, but when you're measuring it, like it could be off an inch. And so you can't really let that bother you too much. You have to kind of go with it and do the best you can. So things I would have done differently. Last thing, a couple of things I noticed, like when I was creating this, and a mistake I made, it may not be noticeable, but what I did was I cut these strips. And this is another really important thing to do if you want to make it look good. You might not notice it right at first, but what I did was I created this facing on here, and it makes the wood look nice and thick and meaty, and like it really helps it stand out and look really high end. But what I did was I cut that the same width as I did the support bracing that goes around the edge. And technically that means that the support bracing sticks down about 1/4 inch. Not a huge deal, but in looking at it, I just would have done that differently next time. So anyway, that's kind of the closet that we did. We got some more plans for this closet in the future, but that's just kind of a basic rundown of what we did. So anyway, if you have any questions, we'll have some links in here for where we got this stuff, and if you have any questions, just let us know.